Hey, what's good with it, BlakGooseTV family, man? Double salute as always. It's your boy Fluence Boxing back in the building once again. I got another announcement for y'all, man. Tonight, all the videos that I'm gonna be dropping is gonna be straight announcement when it comes to fights that are official that will be happening. So look, hey, you're welcome. I already know you saying thank you. You're welcome because I know y'all don't want to check these sites and check out the articles yourself and read through them. So look, I'm giving you the fast way. I'm like DoorDash for boxing news. You feel me? So make sure y'all tip. Look, to be 110% because that's the only vibes I'm going to be bringing y'all. Y'all see what it is. My guy Jermell Charlo. I'm a knockout artist, baby. I'm a knockout artist, baby. Tszyu official for January 28th. Now, we all know this was, you know what I'm saying, this was announced much earlier in the year, probably about 2 months ago. This was announced. And I remember making a video about this and, saying something about it, saying like, why are they announcing this fight so early? This has me skeptical about it actually taking place and actually, coming into fruition and being something that's set and that we can be like, oh, I can't wait for this fight. I was very skeptical about it, but there's one thing I'm not skeptical about, and I'm gonna be 110%, is Jermell Charlo taking a fight. If there's one thing about Jermell, that man will always take a fight. And a lot of y'all who are Jermell Charlo haters, and a lot of it comes from being just Charlo brothers. Either y'all Charlo brother haters, or you're like more of a fan of Jamal. And you don't like Jermell because he's a lot more outspoken and braggadocious and I'm gonna knock out his baby type shit. You don't appreciate the fact that Jermell Charlo of the two twins, he takes any fight. He doesn't say no to anything. He's not afraid to put himself in a position where he may lose, and if he loses, he wants that rematch, and he does not get the credit that he should be getting, putting himself in that position and doing that. Like, you want to talk about, what a lot of people see as the best fighters or the top of the top or the cream of the crop, not taking the fights that they should be or ducking certain people. Jermell Charlo was one person. That's why he's one of my favorite fighters and one of my favorite boxers. He does not do that, but for some reason, Jamal gets all the love, even though Jamal did not fight last year. For some reason, Jamal is looked at as if he's a savior. He's looked at as if he's taking on the hard fights, even though like his toughest fight is against who? Y'all tell me Jermell Charlo's best win. Like, for real, for real. Come on. Is it Matt Kabarev? Like, who is Jermell Charlo's best win? I'm not trying to be disrespectful. All I know is Jermell Charlo was undisputed at 154. My guy does not care. He's coming into this division and he's taking it over. And not only has it taken over, he's fighting against the best of the best. And one of these next guys he's going to be fighting against is a prospect that's rising and we all know about him. If you don't know about him, that means you don't follow boxing enough. Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu is a beast. So I was very skeptical when I heard, why is there so much time in between Jermell Charlo's last fight, Tim Tszyu's last fight, and y'all saying it's not going to happen until next year? I didn't think the fight was going to happen. In a very rare case, and I'll say this happens 10 to 15%, at a time, boxing's proved me wrong. This fight is happening. It's official. Y'all see from Boxing Scene, January 28th. This goes back to my narrative that the beginning, the first quarter of 2023 for boxing looks crazy. Now, like, fingers crossed, everything stays in place, because usually when shit look this crazy for boxing, shit change up. The new year come, we got injuries, we got postponements, we got all types of things, right? So I'm fingers crossed, knock on wood, whatever you want to say. I'm hoping everything stays in place, but I love to hear this. I love to see this. I love to read this. So I'm going to get into the nitty gritty of this. How y'all feel about this? Y'all excited for this fight? Who you guys going to think is going to win? There's a possibility that, if Jermell Charlo does win this fight, if Terrence Crawford has success against David Aviasan, we might see Jermell Charlo versus Terrence Crawford. Now, this is me speculating. This is allegedly. No one else is reporting this. This is me just saying off of the back and forth I'm seeing, because there's talks that supposedly Errol Spence, well, not supposedly, but it's for sure Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman is not going to be happening this year, and it might not happen until February and March. So it's hard for me to believe Terrence Crawford is going to wait all the way until summer, late summer, or later in the year to fight Errol Spence and not do his own thing until then. So I'm like, this might be, a perfect pairing or a perfect matchup for Jermell Charlo to fight Terrence Crawford, but I'm not going to jump into conclusion. I'm not going to go overboard. I'm going to stick to this story, so make sure y'all listen to this. Come from boxing.com. Undisputed super welterweight world champion Jermell Charlo will defend his 4 titles against unbeaten number 1 contender and aggressive puncher Tim Tszyu live on Showtime January 28th. One of the most anticipated matchups of 2023, Charlo versus Tszyu, pairs 2 hard-hitting boxer punches in a high-stakes bout, with Tszyu attempting to dethrone the best 154-pounder in the spot. Charlo earned his position as undisputed champion by stopping Brian Castano in May and unifying all 4 titles. This marks Jermell's 16th appearance on Showtime, and it's been a privilege watching him develop into the consensuous number 1 fighter in the division and one of the top pound-for-pound boxers in sports, says Steven Espinoza, obviously the president of Showtime. Stylistically, Charlo versus Tszyu is one of the most attractive fights that can be made in boxing, given Jermell and Tim's aggressive temperaments in the ring. Kudos to them both and everyone involved for putting this fight on Showtime after hosting Tim's U.S. debut in March. We're thrilled to see him challenge Jermell and dare to be great like his father Costa, who fought on the network 10 times. Both Jermell and Tim have never shied away from a challenge, and this stacks up to be a real fight of the year type matchup. The super welterweight division has delivered memorable fights after memorable fights in recent years, and the division's king, Jermell Charlo, will be back to win his crown and add another chapter to that history on January 28th in Las Vegas. It's going to be Tom Brown, president of TGB Promotions. This is a battle of contrasting styles. Jermell Charlo brings a special blend of power and sunblock. It's going to be sublime ring skills against unbeaten Tszyu, who will be an aggressive style and championship pedigree into a matchup boxing fans around the world are looking forward to. So let me come down a little bit right here. There's a whole much to So the match against Charlo will represent an opportunity for Tszyu to blaze his own trail in boxing, join his father in the club of undisputed world champions. So there's a lot at stake when it comes to this particular fight happening. Obviously, Jermell Charlo is undisputed. He's putting all his belts on the line. Tszyu, he's following his father's footsteps, who, is a Hall of Famer. This is his first time to really, be tested. So this is a big deal for both fighters. Tszyu is undefeated. Jermell Charlo obviously has those two, that one loss from Tony Harrison and a draw from Brian Castano. He doesn't have a perfect record, but he definitely has a perfect look when it comes to what he's done in his career, whether it's rebounding, whether it's succeeding, whether it's applying pressure. I can't wait for this fight. And I think this fight is going to be absolutely amazing, especially what happened at the beginning of the year, January 28th. It can't come fast enough. I'm a knockout artist, baby. I love this. What do you guys think about it? Make sure you guys drop it below in the comments, man. Make sure you guys hit the like button while you're doing it. Subscribe to the channel. Show some love. Notification gang. All that good stuff, man. Check out the Twitch, BlakGooseTV. We out here working, man. We're going to keep working. We're going to keep growing family members. Show some love. I promise you, I'm going to return to love. I got a lot of things planned for this channel, and I got a lot of things planned for it to be consistent, because that's been my problem. I haven't been consistent with some things to keep you guys engaged. I'm gonna fix that. So what do you guys think about this, man? Who you guys got winning? You guys excited for this fight? You're not excited for this fight? And what do you think the outcome of this will be? If Jermell Charlo beats Tszyu, do you think possibly Terrence Crawford versus Jermell Charlo at 154 can happen? If Terrence Crawford beats David Avisan, if Tszyu beats Jermell Charlo, do you think there's gonna be a rematch in place? What are you guys' thoughts? Let me know. As always, this whole entire channel was built off y'all opinions, so make sure y'all keep dropping what your guys' opinions are. So I'm out for now. Stay blessed, not stressed. Sports Nigga Side of the Game. I'll be